Hello. Welcome back to Invest with Intention YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am on a mission to turn 13,000 into 50,000 in 3 years, and I do that by investing consistently into some of the best ETFs out there. In today's video, we are putting two of my top holdings head to head, SCHG versus FTEC, to see which one could perform better over the next few years. So let's look at SCHG here. As you can see, is 14% of my portfolio, or let's just say 15%, and I have 67 shares, and I've been building these shares since the beginning of the year. And the second one is FTEC, which is up here, and I have is 11.2% of my portfolio, and I have 7.2 shares right now. So both are growth focused ETFs, but they have some key differences that could make a big impact on your portfolio's performance. Let's break it all down in 6 parts. So part 1, the overview, what each ETF is. So SCHG down here is the Schwab U.S. large cap ETF, a growth ETF. It tracks the some of the large US growth companies across multiple sectors, not just tech. Think of it as your core growth ETF. And then we have FTech, which is the Fidelity MSCI Information Technology Index ETF. It tracks the technology sector specifically, meaning it's 100% tech focused. So while SCHG spreads its exposure across different industries, FTech here is fully concentrated in tech, which means it can move faster during both up and down markets. Okay, so part 2, the top holdings comparisons. So let's see. Both have similar names at the top: Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia, but the weights make a difference. For FTech, which is up here, Apple and Microsoft together make up over 40% of the fund. And for SCHG, those same two are closer to 20 to 30% combined, 25 to 30% combined, right? That means for FTech, it's higher concentration, bigger gains in tech booms, bigger drops in tech sell-offs. For SCHG, it's more balanced, right? It includes healthcare, consumer discretionary, and communication sectors. Think of SCHG as a wider net across the best growth names, while FTech is like doubling down on pure tech momentum. So part 3, let's break down each sector. Okay, SCHG is 45% tech. It's made up of 45% tech, but it also includes consumer discretionary like Amazon, Tesla, healthcare like Eli Lilly, United Health, and communication services like Alphabet and Meta. So FTech, let's look at FTech. FTech is nearly 100% tech. It lives and breathes the technology sector. So if you believe tech will continue to dominate the market for the next 5-10 years, FTech gives you maximum exposure. But if you want growth plus a little diversification, SCHG spreads your risk. And for me, I do believe that FTech will continue to technology will continue to dominate in the next 5 to 10 years. I believe that. Yeah. And so part 4, let's compare the performances of both. Okay. So over the last 5 years, as of 2025, both have delivered strong returns. FTEC has outperformed slightly because tech led the market. SCHG isn't far behind, and during tech slowdowns, it tends to hold up better. Here is the key takeaway. When tech runs hot, FTech wins. When the market cools or rotates into other sectors, SCHG holds its ground. So I'm going to show you this chart right here. So let's go here. All right, and you can see, okay, so up here you can see we have SCHG. Let's just compare SCHG here. So here, and FTech right here, and let's compare their returns over the last, I'm gonna do year to date, the last 5 years and the last 10 years, and let's see how they compare. Okay, so up here, as you can see, SCHG year to date is 15.45% return year to date. FTech is at 22.1% return. 3-year return for SCHG 25 is averaging 25 per year. That's pretty good, right? And then let's look at FTech 27, so not that far behind. Okay, and then let's go to 10 years. SCHG in the last 10 years averaged 17%, and FTech averaged 22% in the last 10 years. So imagine just investing, putting money into FTech and SCHG, and don't worry, I'm not worrying about the market dropping or whatever goes on in the world, and it affects the market, and just hold on and just keep adding money to FTech and SCHG in the last 10 years. Wow, that would be huge returns, right? So that's something to look for. Okay, I'm just gonna do the last 5 years. Look at that. FTech last 5 years has returned 17 on average, and SCHG 15% on average. Okay, wow, those are some big gains. Okay, let's go back to here, my portfolio, and continue. So let's continue to part 5. Let's talk about risk and volatility. Okay, FTech is higher risk, higher reward. It moves more sharply in both directions, right? And SCHG is smoother, lower drawdowns in downturns. I like to think of SCHG as the steady driver on the highway, and FTech as the sports car. Both can get you to your destination, but one is a little bumpier. So you could even say that both of them, like, kind of, if you look at it, the returns are not that big of a difference. So you could even see it as almost like the same, but one, like SCHG during downturns, tends to hold up or be lower, right? If I had to rate them, I'd say FTech is 9 out of 10 for growth potential, but a 7 out of 10 for volatility control, right? For SCHG is I would say 8 over 10 for growth, but 9 out of 10 for stability. Okay, and number 6, let's look at the expense ratios for and dividends for both of them. Okay, SCHG has this expense ratio of, so SCHG down here, expense ratio of 0.04, and FTech is 0.08. So both are extremely low cost dividend yields, and are very similar around, dividend yields are around like 0.5, 0.7, but that's not the main focus. Both are growth oriented ETFs. So which one am I buying more? I don't know. I personally own both SCHG and FTEC, and here is why. SCHG gives me exposure to broad range of top US growth companies. FTEC lets me overweight tech without buying individual tech stocks, right? If I had to pick just one, I don't know. It's hard for me to choose one. I like both, and I'm investing in all of both of them. But if I was forced to choose one, I think I'll go with SCHG for the balance. But I love pairing it with FTech to boost performance during tech rallies. Okay. So between SCHG and FTech, there's no wrong answer, right? Like no wrong answer. It depends on your strategy. If you want diversified growth, go with SCHG. If you want aggressive tech exposure, FTech is your pick. I'll keep holding both as part of my mission to 13,000 into 50,000 in 3 years. Drop a comment below. Which ETF do you think will perform better? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more portfolio updates and ETF breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.